Many people know about my journey with Ayden. After we were denied a second opinion in Las Vegas, me and Ayden searched for options. I went on the street begging for change, to mail his scans, to get all his information to the best doctors in the world. And our journey led us to Arizona. So when we got to Arizona, I thought I could stay in the Ronald McDonald House. And I came to find out once me and Ayden were in Arizona that the Ronald McDonald House was not a legal address. So we had to have an address. So I had to leave Ayden in the hospital and go in Arizona about 3 o'clock and look for a place and have it by 5 o'clock so that they could continue to treat Ayden. So I walked into an apartment complex called Park 28. And I explained my situation to them in tears. I told them I couldn't sign leases. I told them about Ayden, about our fight. And they instructed me that they were unable to give me a month-to-month lease because they don't offer that. But if I signed the lease, she would definitely call her director and tell them everything about my son, and maybe they could make an exception for us. So to make sure my son was going to be treated, I signed the lease. I got the keys. We went back to the hospital where we remained for 2 weeks. So we never even got to go in the place until Ayden was released. And we had about 1 week in that place before they took him on hospice and said he had 3 weeks left. So at 3 weeks left, I said, there's no way we can stay in Arizona. Our family's in Las Vegas and he only has 3 weeks. So I went down to the office and I told her, my son is going to die and I can't stay here. We got to go. We got to go home to our family. So I moved out in one day and she said, go ahead and go. Don't worry about it. Email me and we'll get the bill figured out. I got home with Ayden and about a week later, I get a bill for almost $7,000 for 1 week. And then I get a call saying, well, you signed a lease and you're obligated under that contract. But I'd like to know, what contract can you legally bind me to when I'm in tears? I'm crying. And they're telling me if I don't come back with the address, then my son won't get help. So what would any mother do at that point but sign the paper? So now I bury my son on Sunday. And that 1 week is going to cost me $7,000 because Pure Management has made it clear to me that they treat everybody the same. There is no exception to situations. And because it wasn't physically me dying, that I could have stayed in there and honored my lease. So for the 1 week, I sent them $3,500 to honor what I said I would pay. But the additional $4,000 for breaking the lease is now what I'm being sued for before I can even bury my son. So I want everyone to know this is childhood cancer. There is no rights for mothers. Every time I moved from one place to another to fight for Ayden, I was forced to pay. These last days were a lot of stress-free, but it's not. And I see this is probably the beginning to a whole disaster of people suing you and trying to come up any way off a horrible situation. So Pure Management is owned by Mr. Stephen Evans. And Mr. Stephen Evans, I've tried to contact you quite a bit. And your staff at Park 28 didn't even know your last name. Your corporate office, she was in the bathroom every time I called. So, Mr. Evans, I'm asking you to look over my situation. I'm asking you to not only look over my situation, but join my fight. You have made billions of dollars, and God has blessed you in so many ways. By you donating empty vacancies all over the world, you can help cancer families not be in the situation that I'm in today, to fight in peace, to keep fighting together, to bring happiness. So, Mr. Evans, if you watch this video, please find it in your heart to help me and Ayden. And not only help me and Ayden, help the thousands of families that are falling apart, that have nowhere to live, that have nothing. And my foundation can partner with you to do this. And we can alleviate what I went through. So please, Mr. Evans, partner with Ayden's Army of Angels and make sure this never happens again.